Welcome to the Preeminence Daily Podcast. I'm your host, Matthew J. Peters, founder of Ascend. Be sure to grab your ultimate guide to preeminence at preeminence.tv. Today we're talking about cut your losses and move on. So tune in, listen up, and get ready to take a focused action on your mission, message, and presence to create accelerated results starting right now. I have moved more than I care to. I have moved so much data, it's kind of disgusting. I have migrated from one service to another so many times I can't even count. I'm talking about customer management systems like MailChimp to Aweber, moving all those emails, all that funnel copy, all of those responses and connecting with the funnel. Using different funnels, starting from Optimized Press to Optimized Press 2, then going over to lead pages, and then moving that over to ClickFunnels. Membership sites, starting with Optimized Press, then moving to Teachable, then migrating everything from Teachable over to Kajabi, and from Kajabi to ClickFunnels. And our video hosting, all of our videos on YouTube, moving them over to Amazon S3 for security reasons, and then from Amazon S3 over to video because the data rates are much cheaper there. All of that, that's hundreds and hundreds of web pages. That's tens of thousands of words of copy moving and transferring over from one service to another. The hundreds and hundreds of images, the hundreds of videos, and the thousands and thousands of links, making sure everything functions. It's like taking apart a grandfather clock piece by piece and then putting it back together in a different body. It literally took us hundreds of hours to put this stuff together in the first place. And then, we're doubling our efforts to move it, to take it apart and put it somewhere else and turn off the old service. Migrating it over takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of manpower. It just drains your energy when you've already done the work once and then you realize you need to do it again just to keep up with technology. I want you to think about this. I want you to know why you're hanging on and why you want to move. You need to look at your motivations. Sometimes we hang on because we're lazy. Sometimes we hang on because what we're using isn't broke yet. Sometimes we move on because a marketer's good sales tactics and we want to get on a special price. Sometimes we migrate because it beats doing the stuff you actually should be focusing on. Moving data from one website to another, learning how to use that stuff instead of selling. I don't like sales, so I'd rather do this. It becomes a distraction instead of what you should be focusing on. You see, many times we hang on to things way too long because we're being cheap. We don't want to invest the money into our business to make it function better and to serve people more elegantly. We'd rather spend that money on ourselves and buy more toys and take more vacations. Or it's just too much brain power. We don't want to go there. We don't want to hire anybody to do those things. Sometimes you need to cut your losses and move on. Where is that for you? Think about all the things you've invested in. You say, no way, I've got way too much invested in this to move. I don't want to move from this email service provider because it still kind of works even though we had to cobble it together. And yes, they have this much more elegant thing over here. It costs a little more, but I just don't want to put it all together, move all those pages, all that email and the copy and the images and the videos over to this other thing. I want you to think about this because we can get sold on something. There's a lot of all-in-one solutions. There's one all-in-one solution that most marketers are familiar with that once you move into it, you really have to buy all in. It's so hard to migrate out. It's literally designed to not migrate out of. It's literally designed for you to stay there forever until something else better comes along. And then you're looking at the cost of moving versus staying. So when you're looking at moving from one system to another, I want you to think about a few things. First, you need to look at the cost difference month to month. How much more is that new service going to be costing you? If you look at all the costs, sometimes there's a lot of more man hours in just maintaining the old versus having something that's fully automated. It may not just be apples to apples looking at, $97 per month versus $300 per month. It could be other things involved. So consider everything. I want you to consider your motives. Are you just getting excited because it's a new launch, it's a new sale, and that thing that's normally $5,000 a year is actually $2,500 a year and you just want to take advantage of it. It's new. You don't really know anybody who's been using it, but it looks really slick. I tell you, there's so many times that I've jumped on the new software and it's been so buggy that it literally just bogged us down. We tried to move over to it and it just does not work as they sold it. And I want you to think about the actual cost of migration, the time, the manpower. Are you going to have to outsource it? Are you going to have to learn anything? Are you going to have to hire people who are certified because the software is so complicated? How are you going to move? Whenever you're doing those things, you need to lastly think about what is worth saving and salvaging and what is it time to really just let go of. There are old programs that you may still be selling a little bit here and there that really aren't serving people. Maybe it's time to just let those things go. Maybe you just put it all into a thumb drive and you put it on a server somewhere and you just give that as a bonus to people. It's like, you know what? It's not organized. Here's all the data. Everything is numbered for the 8-week course. It's all right here. Go at it. It's free. And that can just be your donation to people who want to learn these things from you, and you're just giving them a gift. So your action step on the road to preeminence is you're going to grow. Your business is going to grow. Your organization is going to grow, and your needs are going to grow. Your clients' needs are growing, and they're constantly changing. Technology is constantly changing, and you need to keep up. That doesn't mean you need to overcomplicate things. There are so many confusing systems out there that is just so robust that do 70% more than you actually need it to. I just need email and I got Infusionsoft. That's just way beyond what it is that you need. If you're starting out, go simple. Prove your concepts out. Have your clients pay for your transition over to the new thing if it's the new thing. Don't take on a huge capital expense by investing thousands of dollars into a new software that you need to get training for, and you don't have an individual that's going to be working that system for you. I really want you to think about this because so many times I've had clients that bought systems that were way too complicated for where they were starting out at. It was just way too robust because they got sold on the system in the marketing, in the launch. They got all caught up in that and they wanted to be a part of that movement. And then I have other people who are so antiquated, they really don't think that they need to advertise outside of a newspaper. Sometimes you need to move on with technology, and sometimes you're buying technology without a need, technology without a purpose. So many times we buy technology without a purpose because it's cool, it's flashy, and it's the latest thing, and we don't really have a need for it yet. So your action step is really to assess what your business system needs are, what needs to be replaced, and what have you been eyeing up that you really want to purchase that is not necessary. Make wise financial decisions. Know when it's time to invest in new software, when to migrate, and when it's just time to sit back and watch that launch, that special price, that exciting offer go by. This daily podcast is all about you becoming the preeminent voice in your marketplace. So take the consistent and necessary action each and every day on what you've learned over the last few minutes. When, not if, when you're ready to take your business, your organization, your name, your brand, and your commitment to the level of preeminence, head on over to preeminence.tv where you can download your own copy of the Ultimate Guide to Preeminence, enroll in the Elevation program, and join us on one of our next live events. If you're not subscribed, simply visit iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play right now and click subscribe. Until tomorrow, make today and each and every day count towards creating preeminence in your space and a legacy that matters.